Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hi.
back to Casual Conversation with GNA. And today we have conversation 57, and we're going to be talking about survival preparedness. And I think this is going to be kind of like a part two because we kind of talked about it last week, but we
Yeah.
kind of wanted to give you more detail on what to prepare for and what items to, you know, have.
Yeah, items that
So,
would be good to have. And since the topic is survival preparedness, that's kind of why we're in a tent right now.
yeah. So,
Um,
so I want to kind of talk about that because preparing for something. Hi, DJ Moore.
Hi.
Hi, Andy. I did read your comment. We were kind of like I forgot that Vault was gonna go live today at Paranormal Roundtable, so I was like, oh, we gotta hurry up. But we tried to do it a little bit before, but we apologize if you guys can't come in today, or at the moment you can watch it later. Okay. So basically, I was gonna say that preparing for a catastrophe, a disaster, whatever could happen, whatever thing. Basically, it to me, it feels kind of like packing for a camp trip,
Yeah.
right? Because you need to have everything that you wouldn't have normally at a hotel or restaurants around you, right?
Yeah,
So you'd have
where
to like take your own food.
yeah,
Um,
because things are not, easily accessible as they, usually are. Um, yeah, if you're preparing and you're leaving your home, you got to be prepared to not have, the showers, that warm water, sinks, toilets, everything, a fire, like a
You know what?
stove.
I didn't even think about toilets. See,
Yeah.
that's
So,
crazy.
so yeah, to me, it kind of feels like you're camping. So that's,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I thought, the background was good.
Yeah. And I don't know. We're in some type of forest. So I don't
Yeah.
know which forest. The sequoias, maybe. Those are the closer.
Yeah.
But okay. So why would we prepare? Why do you think we would prepare, Eileen?
Why is it important to prepare?
For what or for what reason?
If anything happens, I think you prepare for a moment of evacuation. If there comes a point where you have to evacuate your home, I feel like you do have to have a plan and you would have to be prepared. There would have to be a set of things that you would be able to take with you because you're not going to be at home where you have everything available to you.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, having some type of survival tools is, very necessary in case you're not home where you have everything. Because, I mean, you can't bring your home with you, so you just kind of have to
Mm-hmm.
work your way around it. And that's why I think of like camping when I think about like evacuating and things like that. So,
Yeah. So one of the reasons when I was doing the research, one of the reasons that I thought about, okay, why would we need to be ready for what, right? Um, so one of the things that I found out was about our power plants, right? Especially here in the US. Our power plants are transmission lines and distribution centers, and together they make up the US electric grid. And like when people would say, "Oh, the power grid," I was over here thinking about like movies where like you can't see it, but it's like magically there.
yeah.
But no, it's like power plants that carry light through the power lines and things like that. But if those do get hit, then
Yeah.
it's going to take a while for them to um, get repaired. And I think that they were saying that it could take up to a year. Okay.
Yeah, and just to add to that, like if you're thinking about when you're, when if you've ever lost electricity, right, at home, how difficult is that? You need to, I feel like for things like that, you need to be prepared. You need to have candles, right? Some type of plan.
Yes.
And I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult when you don't have, things that you're used to having, like you mentioned, electricity.
Mm-hmm. And
Imagine having an electric stove and your
it doesn't
electricity
work.
goes out.
Yeah.
or like even not having water, right? That's difficult, right?
Exactly. So basically, if one of our, like, let's say power plant goes down, then that would take a year. And to me, that's a long time for them to be able to fix it. For example, I don't know if you guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody heard of what happened in Texas, the blackouts of 2021, where they were with no light, no electricity
Yeah.
for, how long was it?
I don't even.
It was an extended time, and people were panicking. It was cold, people were freezing. So in that type of scenario, we want to be able to be prepared for when something like that happens.
Yeah, like this comment, can I mention
Yeah,
it?
you can highlight it.
So yeah, it says, look at when COVID hit, people went on to panic buying.
Mm-hmm.
If you prep up, you already have what you need. And it's true, because, you know, who would have thought that toilet paper would be gone? You know, I feel like, and it's like things that, you know, you don't think about until everyone panics.
Yeah. And hi, Chase.
So yeah, I think definitely, you know, going through that, you know, time, I feel like it really kind of opened everyone's eyes.
And then, okay, so for us in California, we had an earthquake on July 4th. I don't know how many years ago it was, maybe like a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it freaked us out. Like, I was freaked out, dude. I was like, oh, heck no, I got to get ready for this. I got to get my stuff. And I've always had like my little backpack ready to go, especially because at that time my kids were little. And so I still had to like pack formula, you know, water. Like, you think about that stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
And I mean, just, you know, adding to that, I mean, you know, our schools prepare us and all that for like, oh, what do you do when there's an earthquake? You know, we know that, you know, earthquakes happen here. But I mean, just going through one, it was different, you know, like I didn't know you can have like, what is that? Like that little
motion sickness?
Yeah, I didn't know you could have motion sickness.
I had it.
Yeah, so did I. And I'm like, what's going on?
So so we need to prepare for like natural disasters. We got to prepare for
just being informed overall.
Like even with the war, you guys, going on, like what if something like came, like what if we were at war, you know, how would we prepare? So we need to kind of, I just kind of wanted to talk about it because it's something that, you know, we think about, but sometimes we don't do. Like me, for example, like I have some preparedness, but not 100% like I should, or like, you know, it's recommended. But yeah, it's there's many things that we would have to like be ready for. And yeah, but like they said, like with the whole COVID situation, I remember, I think it was, I don't know if I heard it in the radio. It was before COVID hit, that, oh, how do we prepare? What's the first thing we need? And somebody had said, oh, make sure you have toilet paper. And so that's why I thought, oh, maybe people like kind of heard about it or read up on it. I don't know. And then it just started getting crazy. But dude, we can go back to water, you know, if it came down to that. But okay. So those are some of the reasons why we would prepare, right? And then also, I know that we talked about this with Volt last week when we were talking about preparing. We're having code words, right, for your family. That's important, especially if you have little babies, you know, little kids, that you don't want them to be scared if you tell them, oh, we're in danger, we got to go. Have something like a code word where they know that, hey, they can hide, or they got to run, or, you know, something.
Where you can't communicate, you know, as freely as you usually do.
And having evacuation plans, also like communicating with your family, like coming up with a place where we can meet up in case we can't communicate or something happens. Then we got to figure out, okay, what place are we going to meet, right? So that's important. Okay. And then so we also have a list that we wanted to share and talk about. Did you want to talk about that now, or do you want me to go over this and then we'll show the list?
Oh, rule of 3.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me put that up. So 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Yeah. And you know, like DJ, I even like I'm like, if I don't drink water for a few hours, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
Or even food.
what do
I
you
can't
mean?
imagine
Yeah,
3 weeks without food. I'm like, I get hungry.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
It's scary. It's scary to
yeah.
think about, but it happens, and that's why you gotta be ready, I think, especially if you have, because who are the most vulnerable in these situations, right?
The children.
The children and the elderly. And so that's one of the reasons why you got to be prepared. Think about that. Think
Yeah,
about,
and even when the whole COVID situation, when the stores were running out of stuff,
mm-hmm.
that's why they give elderlies, right, like early hours to go into the
Oh yeah, they
stores.
had
And
the early hours for
yeah,
the,
and it's like, oh,
it was scary because you would go to the store and people were like freaking out
yeah,
and taking everything. And it just goes to show, like if a situation like that happened, people would just be selfish. And I feel like that's sad because you think about, okay, yeah, you're in a moment of desperation and you're
yeah,
thinking about yourself and your family, but I feel like it wasn't to that extent where, like I'm gonna hoard everything,
yeah.
forget
And then
everybody.
I mean, just going to the store and seeing everything empty, and it's like, what if you weren't prepared? Like, what would you eat if everything's gone? There isn't enough for everyone.
Yeah.
So I think, like, seeing that is also important to, like, prepare ahead of time, right?
And
Like, to make sure you have things.
and the thing that I noticed too with the earthquake, because we were at Walmart, okay, when the earthquake happened, and I was with my kids, I was with my husband, and then all of a sudden it started waving, like the floor felt waving, and I was like, I'm dizzy, like what's going on? And then all of a sudden I start to see, because we were in the toy section, and you see the toys moving from the shelves, and I was like, oh heck no, this is an earthquake. And I ran down I grabbed the little shopping cart and I ran down the little hall, I guess. And there was other people there and they were like, did you guys feel that? Yeah, that was an earthquake. And then they start scaring you, talking about, oh, the big one's coming, the earth is gonna, or California is gonna be cut in half with this big earthquake. And so then I was like, okay, no, it's fine. I'm not gonna freak out. And then, the next day I went back and I was like, you know what, we need to prepare. Because then I didn't think about it until after. I was like, nah, everything's fine. And then, I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what, let's go back. We need water. We need to prepare. We need to be ready. And all the water was gone. Like Walmart had no water.
Yeah.
Like canned food were flying out the shelves. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And
it was quite an
yeah,
experience. Like, I remember what I was doing, right? Like, I was laying down, and at the time I had like a vintage bed, so it had like wheels in the bottom. And I remember I was laying down, and then I felt my bed move, and I was like, who is moving my bed? And I turn around and there's no one there. And I'm like, what is going on? So I step off the bed and I just feel like the floor wavy, right? And I'm
hmm
like, what is going on? And then I get motion sickness.
yeah, I was dizzy
And
for
I
a
didn't
little
even
bit.
know, yeah, I didn't even know that was like a thing. And I was over here feeling dizzy, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel well. What's going on? Why is the floor like moving?
Yeah, it was
So
weird.
yeah, it was quite an
But
experience. But yeah, like,
I
I
know
mean,
she called me and she's like, my bed was moving. And I was like, what, you thought you were being possessed?
yeah, I was like, what is going on? I like too
But
many scary movies.
yeah,
But yeah, it was quite an experience. But yeah, there was no water. The following day it was gone.
everything was gone. There was no water.
Yeah,
And it was
cereal was
scary.
gone.
Yeah, it was scary
Yeah.
because you're like, dude, I have kids. Like, I need water for my kids. So then you think about it and then you're like, okay, well, I need to prepare. And so then I started buying stuff little by little here throughout the years, just little things. But
Yeah.
then I use it, because I'm like, it's going to expire. I should just use it.
Yeah, but like, the good thing with you is you're always stocked up on water.
I tried
That's
to.
really good.
Yeah, especially with the COVID situation, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we got to be ready.
But just like
But
in general, like, that's all we drink, right? Like, water. So
yeah,
we
like
we
I'm not a
always like
soda
to.
drinker. I do love tea. But hi, I just wanted to say hi to Volvo and to John. Hi, John.
Hi.
And so, yeah, like that's what's the creepy part about the whole thing, where you're gonna have to try to be ready before something happens. And then the second, because there was a first earthquake, the second earthquake, it was a smaller one. And that one happened while I was at work. And I work at a big building. I think it's like a 5-story building. And I mean, it's not too huge compared to others, but I was up there and I felt the whole building move and I freaked. So I ran down the stairs and I was like, dude, no. I was like one of the first. It was me and another lady. We were like the first 2 people to get out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. DJ Moore is going to be doing a trip, right? I think so, up in the, what is it? The Nevada mountains.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right. So, also for people, in case, like, let's say for emergencies, having car supplies is also a great idea. So having like an extra thing of water in your car, always just carry water.
Yeah.
Having like, I know that they talked about like having like a little seatbelt cutter.
Yeah.
Where you can just cut your seat, which I need to buy because I don't have one.
And a lot of people put those on their like key chains, you know. So yeah,
having the flashlights, having like,
or like I think they even sell like little like pins, right, that can break your window in case your car goes
I've
underwater.
seen those. Yeah. Because that kind of reminded me of that movie we just watched a movie.
Yeah, I know, it did remind me of that.
Of it's called Awake and it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
And it was pretty trippy because it was about like people, something happened to I think it was like a solar flare and it like wired, I don't know. It was a weird.
It messed with the human wires.
And so people couldn't sleep for days and people were dying of exhaustion. So, but there was a scene where like her car goes underwater and she's trying to get out, you know? So I'm thinking that for that scenario, if you're close to water and having, or even if in an accident where you can't take off your seatbelt, you'd be able to cut it.
Yeah, or even
Oh, so your trip is going to be, DJ Moore, your trip is going to be this weekend? Oh. Are you going to go live for it? Oh. I know. I mean, there's probably no internet up there. That's cool. Yeah, that's true. In my view, having water is not as important as having to know how to attain it. Yes. And that's another thing we were going to talk about too. But so 3 gallons of water per family, right? Or is it per person? I think it's per person. 3 gallons per person per day. I think it's like minimum. Yeah, we've seen Armageddon too. Armageddon, right? Armageddon. I think if you're talking about the movie or after, look up After Armageddon. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna look that up. Yeah, so having water, right? Water is important because you can live longer, right? Without food than without water.
You live less, without it.
And so so water, and then how to attain water. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But another really important thing, okay, because we rely a lot on navigation, right? On Google Maps, on our phones to tell us how to get places, reading real maps, learning how to read real maps, getting a real map. And that's something we need to get. Do you have one?
Yeah, I do have some because honestly, like when we would go on trips with my dad, you know, it was old school. We had to like be on the maps while he was driving and we had to, you know, give him directions. Okay, you're going to switch lanes here. We were the GPS.
It's been so long, dude, that I've done that because I remember when we would travel like
long distances.
Yeah, we would go on like a road trip.
Yeah, across states.
And he would give us the map and we would have to like
figure it out because
that's,
you know,
crazy. And you think about it,
GPS, he was relying on us. We couldn't afford to make
mistakes. And then we would send him the wrong way and he would get so upset. And then he would like, you know, he would be like, roll down the window, let's ask someone. And that's how you got places. You would ask people, hey, where's this, where's that, you know, how can we get here? And so reading maps is very important. Having a compass. I don't know how to use one yet. I mean, is it like you just grab it and it kind of like tells you, like, I don't know. So that's something I need to work on
where
too.
The sun sets and where it rises. Or something?
Because
Yeah.
all I know is that it points somewhere. Let's see. So yeah, so learning the maps, and I know that you have a couple
Yeah, I
maps.
do.
Yeah.
I have maps.
Okay, and then another important thing is gas storage. So proper storage of gas. I don't know if you guys remember in the news where people were trying to go and like get gas in like trash bags. Do you remember that? They were filling
Oh,
up like trash bags, and they were filling up like it was
when the
crazy.
gas was low, or
No, I think
like
it was something happened, or there was an earthquake, or like a hurricane. I don't know. I don't
where they
remember.
were stocking up,
They
right?
were stocking up gas, and people were like just filling it up on like anything. And so having the right containers for the gas storage, and having I want to say maybe because I got this information from one of a group that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. And so they said at least 25% to get to your location, or enough gas to get you 200 to 300 miles. Let's see. Hi, Damien. Never put soap in your screen wash. Just water if you break down.
Wow.
Oh, so like the soap? Okay. The Sahara Desert in the 90s. Wow. Let's see. Your compass points north. The hard part is orienting. Oh, yeah. See, there you go. That's something that we would have to learn how to like, use it and like get our way through.
Well, how does the saying go that the sun rises on the east and sets in the west?
Is that from like Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
That's when he will come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So gas storage. So yeah, so we talked about gas. Now with the water. Okay, so like I said, you guys, I've been trying to prep, low key, like don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to get there. But I did buy the life straws. Costco had them on sale, and I bought those because I was like, if we gotta go somewhere, I gotta have a source of water and how to like have purified water, especially if I don't have any with me. So and I watched videos on how to use them, how they're made. But I heard that those are kind of hard to use sometimes, like because you have to like, I guess they're kind of, I don't know. I just heard they're kind of hard to use. But they also have the Sawyer mini straws, and they said that those are easier. I think for kids, they're probably harder. But they have those two brands. And then they also have another way to store your water would be collapsible containers. So there's containers like jugs that you can kind of compress. And then when you need, or if you're going to fill them up, then you have to like, they save room, I guess, and that you have to have them in a dark room because if they start to grow algae in them, then they're no longer good. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to have to get some of those, DJ Moore. Yeah. Yeah, so I bought some, and I'm like, it's better to have something than to have nothing, right? And so, yeah, and then water. So I kind of feel like with water, you kind of have to rotate it, like use it. Maybe, I don't know let me know if that's not correct. Oh, okay. He said the life straw does about 8,000 gallons. Okay. Yeah, so I think you have to kind of, because water expires, I guess.
Because if you're being honest, if you're a water drinker, not all water tastes the same.
No, so not to me, but
not to me either.
But I mean, there's spring water is the best, right? And it tastes more like bleach than bleached water.
Like to me, the spring water tastes like that. Like you're just drinking it out of the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But they like purify it, of course. Yeah. So, and then also another very important thing, you guys, let me see, I'm going to test you guys. What is another very important thing that you need to know how to do?
Oh, this is one of the most important things.
If you if there's no electricity, and if this is like crucial thing.
Yeah, it's crucial.
Hard water and soft water.
The two different types, right? That's why they taste different, because there's
Yeah.
hard water and soft water.
I don't know, but I love the Costco water. Tastes so good.
Yes.
That's what we're going to talk about, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ways to make fire. Do you want to tell them that story about that one time we were trying to like cook, like we were trying to make carne asada?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so Eileen's
You
going to
know,
share.
our family's huge on that, on carne asada, and, usually my dad takes care of the fires, right?
Yes, he's the main fire guy.
Yeah.
But when we make carne asada, so I get basically like we barbecue the meat, right?
Yeah. Barbecues. Yeah, we do that often because we have a big family and we're just close knit. So we usually do that, and everybody kind of prepares like certain things. Like my dad is like the designated fire guy, right? So he starts the fire, somebody brings the meat, right? And that's just kind of how it works. And you just barbecue,
Yeah. Hold on, let me read that. Let me read this. I just drink out of the river when I'm fishing. That's cool. Yeah, he said fire. Hi, Tyler. We're talking about emergency preparedness.
Yeah.
Yes, so you guessed it. What are the weather conditions? It could be shelter or fire. That's true, shelter, right?
Yeah, that's important.
You want to die from like having pneumonia. Okay, so back to our story.
Yeah, our little fire story. So we rely on Dad for the fires. So one day we had to start it.
And I don't know where he was.
Yeah.
I think he was sick. I think his knee was like hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. And we were trying to make carne asada, and he's like, "Okay, you guys are gonna have to start the fire." And he's like, "Just use the wood, because we always use wood. Like he's always said,
he's always had
food tastes better with wood, and it's healthier for you. So we're like, okay.
He's always had firewood. Yeah.
So we go to get the wood. We put the wood in the pit, and then we're trying to like light it up, and it doesn't.
Okay, what do we do? And we're like, we don't really know how to do this. So, so we get a cotton ball, right?
Well, we researched. We went online. We went on YouTube, and we're like, how to start fires.
Yeah.
And Eileen got a cotton ball, and then we put. What did we put?
I think we dipped it in Vaseline or something.
Yeah, we put it on Vaseline, and then we kind of tucked it under the wood, and we did some little what did we use, like paper?
Yeah. To kind of keep it going.
You guys, it worked like magic. Yes.
It worked. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It might not work, but it actually did. And we were surprised.
Yes. And I was like, I felt accomplished, and I'm like, I can, just because I did that, I was like, now I can survive in the wild.
Yeah. And then my dad's like, so how'd it go? And we're like, we started a fire with a cotton ball.
And he was just like,
yeah, but that goes for our preparedness. We had to Google it, so exactly. I don't know how it will go. So without
how
Google.
Else would we know, right?
Yeah, how would it go? And talking about that, there's books, that survival books. There's good survival books out there. I have one, and it's cool because they kind of go through everything, and even if you're like caught up in a forest, like which plants are okay to eat. What's not, and
they say, okay, books are not like as needed anymore because we have the internet. Okay, but what if we don't have phones?
Yeah, like if internet's not accessible, none of that technology is accessible, you're gonna have to go back and read on some books or just rely on your memory, right?
So I mean, at least now we know. Get like a thing of Vaseline and some cotton balls, and we're good with the fire. I mean, we have to. We got to get matches, though.
You're gonna have to include that in your little backpack, a little like Vaseline thing and some cotton balls.
And so that's another thing. I didn't know this, but there's waterproof lighters and fire starter kits that you can buy. So I know that you can get like matches, things like that.
My dad has one of those fire starter. It's like the spark one. Where like it kind of throws sparks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has one of those.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, but I think there's different types, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, because we were talking about water, what is how long does water have to boil before it's drinkable? Because I found here that it says you have to boil water for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm asking y'all
I
if you
think
guys
I think
know.
it's correct, 10 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody has ever seen that show, right, that survival show, you remember? Naked and Afraid survival show?
Mm-hmm.
They would kind of discuss some of those things,
Oh, okay.
like the amount of time you need to boil water, right? How to start a fire, things like
Oh,
that.
he said crayons work to start fires.
Wow.
That's cool. Flint and Pharaoh. You know what? I was watching a video with Dave Pilates because he was talking about like what to take in your backpack when you go hiking. And he said that like the lint from the dryer, like that starts up fires like that, dude. Like that.
Ooh.
Like that. And I was like, and he said to have it in a dry, like, I think you can use like a little medicine thing, like little medicine container to put it in there. Or you can use like plastic
A
bags.
Ziploc bag to put
Yeah.
it in.
So you can keep it dry because if rain catches you and your stuff gets wet, then you're going to be like,
Yeah.
no fire, right? But there is waterproof lighters, which is cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Also, I wanted to talk about the Ziploc bags because those come in handy, especially when you have like clothes that you need to like put in a Ziploc bag because you need extra clothes, especially socks, right?
Yeah.
Socks are very important because you don't want to like be super cold. And put those in like bags in case you like, let's say, like I said, it rains, then stuff is dry.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we got to work on the whole fire starter stuff. And then another thing, if we don't have like, let's say, a cooking like or a warming thing, right?
Yeah.
Because fire
Like
worms,
tool,
yeah, yeah. But I was during my research, I found out that the terracotta pots, which dude, they sell them at the dollar store.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they're like pots like for planters,
Yeah.
but they're made out of the clay.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, right, ceramic ones, and you can put like bricks, I don't know if in it or around it, and you can use it for like heating, or you can use it for like a camping stove because it's not gonna melt,
Wow.
So that was pretty interesting. I was like, yeah, that's cool, and it's something cheap and something easy to buy and use. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. Another thing that's very important is having medical supplies.
Yeah, first aid kits.
First aid kits. Also, if you have like medications that you need to take, you want to kind of have extras.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if that's even going to be available. So yeah, having extra medication is always very important. And then I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit because they were mentioning that they were talking about having extra stuff in order, like if it worst case scenario, you need to trade with people.
Yeah.
You have stuff to trade.
Yeah.
Let's see. The best thing to know is to know how to use the things you pick for you. Yeah. Yep. So getting the best knife. That's,
you know what, but it would also be good, like, as a family, if each person knew how to do like
different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty productive.
Like you focus on knowing how to do this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but like having knives, I don't know if I wrote that down here. No, I didn't. So it was good that you brought that up, DJ, because I didn't write that on my little list. But yeah, having all that stuff, and maybe it's going to come up because we're going to share like a list that we found.
Yeah.
But another thing that they were talking about was having herbs. Let's say if we don't have medication, we have to be able to have stuff that can boost our immune system, having extra vitamins, having like essential
minerals,
plants like mint, echinacea, garlic, ginger, all that stuff. I heard that there's kratom, and that's like a painkiller that you can use. And that's very powerful. And they were saying that they're trying to regulate that now too.
Oh.
But it's like a natural thing. And then like having CBD for pain, colloidal silver, oregano oil, cloves for anything. So having all this stuff can help. I mean,
When a
how long?
pharmacy isn't available, I mean,
Yeah,
you
when a
got.
pharmacy. And the other thing is like they were saying there's a lot of stuff that you can take that you don't need, but some of it's, to me it's like, okay, it's good to have some stuff. But like a lot of this stuff that if like let's say you take, but in the scenario where you're at home, right? Like you're just bunkering down at home, then you have this stuff.
Yeah.
And then also like learning how to grow food. That's very important because
Yeah.
you want to be able to have a source of, food. If
Yeah.
in case you can't find any, you can't go out and get any, then you're able to like grow something. I know that I kind of want to start my own little garden, but I don't know. I'm not very good with plants. You are though. You guys are.
Yeah. And I think also knowing how to hunt, right? That would be important
Yes,
as
knowing
well.
how to hunt, tracking, what else? What else? Like blending in, what is camouflage stuff? Like
Yeah, being able to like, create like a
yeah.
safe perimeter for yourself, right?
Mhm.
If you're in
Mhm.
somewhere where, there's a lot of animals, right?
Yeah, like shelter. So like they said shelter is very important. So I know there was another video that I was watching that they were talking about, having a lot of tarps. Moss on the trees pointing north. See,
That's
this is stuff that we need to
interesting.
like learn. But yeah, so having like how do you create like let's say if you don't have a shelter, how do you make one?
You got to make the most of it.
Like you have to find branches.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
use
of
what you
like
can.
there's this movie like Arlo, like it's called Arlo. It's like a little dinosaur where he goes like missing and then like he creates like a little, like a shelter and it like just falls. I feel like that's gonna be me.
You're gonna put this up. Learn how to trap. Traps work for you while you are doing other things, but hunting and fishing are key.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like those shows, like I'm telling you, they do things like that. Like they set up traps while they go and look for other types of foods, like nuts or berries and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good to be productive in that way.
Yeah, because
multitask.
it just depends on this also on the situation and the scenario, right? Like if you're going to be bunkered at home, then you have like more stuff than you would if you had to take off, like leave where it's not safe to be in the city. But it's important. Yeah, it's important to be able to fish, be able to hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't even have a fishing rod. Like
fishing.
You guys have them all.
Yeah, fishing takes a lot of patience.
Yeah.
For sure, but
I
think
it also depends on where you fish. But luckily, our dad kind of taught us how to fish and hunt and like get the food ready. Get the animal ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but will you be able to do it? Kill a poor animal.
Yeah, I mean if it comes down to you're starving.
Yeah.
We learned map traps in the Middle East. Yeah.
Oh.
Man traps? What? We learned man traps in the Middle East. That sounds crazy. That sounds scary. What is that? No, don't tell me. Yeah, so having all that is important. So the shelter part. So can you guys, how would we build a shelter? Like what are some examples? I mean, of course, a tent. You would have, if you have a tent, then you're good.
Yeah. But if you don't have a tent.
Yeah, if you don't have a tent, that's crazy.
Maybe you should have a tarp in your backpack. That would be a good start, right?
Yeah, exactly, a tarp. So some of the things that they were talking about having, or when I was doing my research, was toilet paper.
Yeah.
The toilet
which
paper
was
frenzy.
it was trending on 2020, right?
Yeah, toilet paper is like on fire when it comes to survival.
Yeah.
Duct tape, batteries, radio. I've seen the winding radios that you can buy.
Or
I think
even the
Amazon.
flashlights, right? The little winding flashlights
They have
too.
winding flashlights.
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, I put flashlights, batteries. So having, and then also hoard flashlights. That's what the guy said. Hoard the flashlights. Salt, socks, seeds, propane, lanterns, lamp oil. Candles is very good too, and rope in case you have to, like if you need light, warmth. And there's candles that last multiple, like there's I don't know, like so many hour candles that you can buy, and those can give you light for like up to like so many hours. Like I think there's up to like 80-hour candles.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Slow burning candles, maybe?
Yeah. That's yeah, so those are some of the things. And okay, so we're gonna
the list.
Yeah, we're gonna show the list in case you guys, or I'm pretty sure you guys know, but I just kind of wanted to go over the list that we found in the website. Let me see what the website is where we found this list. It's called a Bob list, and I got this information from I think it's called Freedom Angels. They were talking about it, and I saw that list, and I thought it was very interesting. So I'm going to share it, and then we can kind of go over it.
Yeah.
Because there's different things that you can buy that can help. So let me share. Let me close this.
Is it this one over here?
Yeah, this one first, and then that's
okay.
number 2, I think. Okay. So here's the list. And it's called, I guess it's like a checklist of what you can, what you would have in your bag. So basically there's like,
there's, 3 types of kits.
Options.
Yeah, three options. First one is everyday carry gear / bag. So something you could have on the daily, everyday carry on your person. Fishing kit, snare wire, salt and pepper packets, army can opener, bouillon cube,
which is kind of like
for like, seasoning, right?
Yes, seasoning.
Energy gum, sugar, Tootsie Rolls.
Wow.
I think it's for like in case like your sugar's low, right? You can have a little booster. Yeah. You want me to get into the get home bag or?
Hey, Roach Tails.
Hi.
Okay, so here's the second row, which is a survival day bag. So it's an overnight bag. Okay.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
So energy protein granola bars, that's always good to have. Freeze-dried food, meal ready to eat, MRE, fishing kit, a spork, a stove, spoon, snare wire, energy booster, tuna / chicken salad, British mess tin.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I think maybe it's a utensil,
or maybe
like something you can use.
Oh, like a little tin.
Beef jerky, candy bar, caffeine pills,
Cafish.
Army can opener, non-perishable food, crackers, Vienna sausages, chocolate, candy, trail mix.
So this is basically for one person, right?
Yeah.
So you would have to like triple it or whatever, how many people you have. Okay.
And then we get into the 72-hour 3-day.
But they did say like the yellow part, like the color part, is like the more important stuff to have.
So this is the 72-hour bag at home / vehicle. So, that's readily accessible, right? To like take with you, right? That it'd be nice to have it in your car or at home where you can just take it, right? If you have to evacuate. So again, energy protein bar, meals ready to eat, MRE, utensils, army can opener, stove, fishing kit, snare wire, metal pot, aluminum foil, a cooking kit, beef jerky, freeze-dried food packets, emergency food rations. So I mean, you have to ration it, right? Like multivitamins, condiments, honey, peanut butter, chocolate, vinegar, bouillon cubes, tuna fish, sardines, paper plates, nuts, trail mix, coffee / tea, utensils, mini stove, Pop-Tarts, granola bars / meal bars, oatmeal packets, hard candy / candy bars, salt and pepper, dried fruit, vegetable seeds, pot scrubber, stove fuel, Conibear trap, yo-yo fish trap.
You know what's pretty cool that I didn't know that you can buy or that you can have like a little, what is it, fishing kit. I thought you needed like the actual big old rod, like for,
yeah.
So that's pretty cool that you can just get like something where it's ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah, in the metal pot, right, in case you're next to like somewhere where there's water and you can just use that pot to boil water, right? Yeah.
This is interesting because you guys are talking about like the moss. I had no idea like about that.
Oh.
It says it grows on the same side of what hemisphere you're in. It grows on the north and the northern, but for example, New Zealand, it grows on the south side. That's cool. Is that just like the little green, like
the one that grows on top of
like, that it looks like
rocks, trees?
Okay, so we have the next, let me stop sharing that one because we have the second part of the list and then we showed you.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, I think it's this one. All right, so this is the same, but I think is it extra stuff?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's probably additional things because it kind of looks like it's the same.
Okay. So it's the little one.
So part of the...
Oh, so this is like the water stuff. So that's cool.
So part of the everyday carry gear bag, everyday carry-on for your person, water purification tablets, mini plastic water bag / Ziploc bag, drinking straw, coffee filter, electrolyte powder packet, plastic wrap, tea bag, drinking straw with bleach sealed, fishing tackle vial, and water, right? Like water is obviously essential. And if we're getting into the get home bag, the survival bag, overnight bag, we are going to need some filter water bottle, purification tablets, 2 to 3 liter of water, water bladder, a cup, a canteen, a water filter straw, iodine, betadine, jug, aqua pouches, pre-filter sheath, emergency water bag, a pot, a metal container, and drinking tube. And if we're talking the 72-hour, 3-day bag at home / vehicle, you're gonna be needing some portable water filter, water purification tablets, water canteen, collapsible water bladder, water bottle, 3+ liters of water, canteen / drink cup, chlorine bleach, condom unlubricated, hand pump water purifier, powdered drink mix, iodide tablets, purifying straw, backpacking bucket, coffee, small kettle, steam thermometer, electrolyte tablets, latex tubing.
Yeah. So that sounds like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it does. And it goes by list. So obviously the orange is the priority items.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow is urgent items, and blue is the normal items.
Important items. Yeah.
Yeah, important items.
So
yeah,
the most important would be the yellow or
the yellow.
orange.
That's
orange
urgent.
and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and there's like different places. Hi, Vault.
Hi.
Yeah, there's different places where you can condensation water filtering. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so different places that share different things that you can buy. You can even buy like a lot of like freeze-dried food that you can. And I even heard that there's people that can their own food, like their own meats, which is pretty cool. Like that's something I would like to do.
And like it's nice if you have like if let's say you're staying at home, having like a refrigerator or anything that runs on like a generator, right? That would be nice, right? To keep that food good, right?
Yeah. And exactly, like having like one of those big freezer, what is it? Freezer things.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call them. But you can store your food there. I don't know. I think it's pretty it's a lot of stuff to think about, but it's important. Thank you. Hey, Vault, I thought you were going to be at the Paranormal Roundtable today. Are you there? Let me see. So I'm going to post this here in case anybody wants to like add something, but that's what we have when it comes to the preparedness, simple preparedness, because I know it can get very much more, complex. Yeah, more, a lot more stuff that you can get that's very important, maybe that we didn't think about.
Yeah.
But
and I'm pretty sure
the basics. Yeah, and these are like the basics. Oh, Vault's in.
That's a cute dog.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, what's going on? I'm having to do this on my cell phone, so
y'all get to
okay. Y'all get to look at Tinkerbell's lovely face.
Yeah, she's so cute.
Yeah.
I got a new one this week too.
Oh yeah, I saw the one you got. It's so cute.
Yeah, the American Akita.
Yeah, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. He is huge. He's only well, I think he's 11 weeks old now.
Really?
Yeah, he's supposed to weigh about 150 pounds plus.
Yeah, he's so cute. I saw him on your Facebook page.
Oh yeah, that Tinkerbell's already been bossing him around.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's the boss.
She is. She looks like she is.
When Bear was alive, she was the boss.
Really?
Look, she used to curl. She'll curl up. She would curl up with Bear. She went over and put curled up with him earlier, laying on. She's got a little turtle couch, and he was on it. She went over and kind of weaseled away in there and curled up right beside him.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, he looks like a bear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna be another. He's gonna be another. His name is Zeus.
Oh, okay, that's a cool name.
So y'all doing survival stuff and bug out stuff?
Yeah, the bug out stuff. We were just kind of trying to talk about it a little bit because I know we did a part 1 with you, so we're like, let's do like a more specific bag.
I like it, especially with everything that's going on, especially right now. It's a good idea. It's a good tax time investment too for the people that are getting their tax money.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially because I think a lot of the stuff is not very, especially like, I don't know how much it is for like freeze-dried food to buy that. Do you know if it's expensive? Because I know I looked into it and I think it was like buckets were like almost $200 for like a bucket.
Oh, you can go to Walmart and get, it's a bucket at Walmart you can get with freeze-dried food. And I think that bucket, it was around $75, and I think it was 1 week's worth of supplies for a family of.
Good.
I think it was a family of 4 or 5. I cannot remember, but
that's pretty good. That's not.
but if
not too
you've
bad.
never ate freeze dried food before, I'm going to tell you right now, it is a palate shocking. It don't taste very good. I suggest people stock up on canned goods, and if you like them, Roman noodles. But this way, it's going to be a lot. You're going to like yourself a lot better, and it's actually cheaper than the freeze dried goods, and it lasts just as long, if longer. Like I said, the freeze dried stuff. Nothing that it says that if it says it tastes like beef stroganoff, it'll take. I'm tell you right now, it don't taste like it.
Is it gonna taste like cardboard?
Dog
food.
I think dog food would. I think dog food would taste better than this. Like I said, you got to be really, really, really hungry to eat it and keep it in your mouth.
Oh wow.
MREs are way better, and I'm not I've ate a bunch of MREs, and there's only certain ones of those I eat.
MRE. Okay. Yeah, we talked about those in the bag that it comes with some of those. Hi, Marquita. So, were you gonna go on the paranormal roundtable today?
I done did. It's on right now. It's a pre-recorded show on right now. Actually, for the secret, for the ones they'll find out way at the end of the show that they're listening to now. I'm actually this Friday, next Friday night, and the next Friday night for 3 Fridays in a row. I'll be on the paranormal roundtable.
Oh, okay, but it's going to be pre-recorded, or is it going to be live?
It's pre-recorded. It's live with a live chat and everything going on now. But
okay.
But it's pre-recorded. We had to break it in. It took us so long to do it, and it was wound up being so long. He broke it down into 3 shows, and it was almost 4 hours long. We recorded.
Oh wow!
So
he's breaking it down.
Yeah, we covered a lot of stuff. I'm going live tonight about 9:30. If nobody else is on.
Yeah, because they told me, you need to. I think Wig came in and told me that you were going to be on, and I was like, I got to hurry up before they go.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm not going to interrupt. Cool. I'm not going to interrupt your show, Sean's show, or nobody else's show. I always wait. It's just, if you're already on, I'm not going to come on and drop. I don't care if you're bigger, smaller, or whatever. To me, it's just, it's courtesy.
Oh, that's cool. I know. I try to do the same. I'm like, if somebody's gonna be on, I gotta hurry up and do this. But sometimes I'm just like, because I didn't know that you were gonna. I thought you were gonna be live, so I was like, hopefully people can just watch it after. That way it's just.
Oh no! I said that, and like I said, I'm almost home now. But like I said, I've been out getting other stuff and looking around, doing some other stuff today. I'm trying to get everything ready. I was hoping to have the 6th camera up. I don't know if it's there when I get there or not. But the stuff to do the 6th camera was supposed to have been in Monday. The stuff they sent was wrong, so I had to send it back. And I'm waiting on the new stuff to come in. So tonight after the show, I may be out there in the middle of the dark putting up a camera.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
there's is it still raining out there, or it's better now?
No, it's not. It hadn't rained none this week.
Oh, that's
and they
good.
They have been active.
Really?
Oh yes. I think it was Tuesday night. Miss Julie caught some. She said it sounded like they were talking and cooing to the dogs in the dog pen.
What?
She caught a recording of that. I hadn't even got to listen to it yet, without being so busy.
Yeah, I understand. That's crazy. Wow. That sounds fun. That sounds, it's scary, because you're there, you live there, but it sounds like, it's cool stuff to for them to see and be able to catch.
This place is not as active as Booger Valley. I stayed the night out at Booger Valley by myself last night, and I got them cutting up out there. All you got to do is build a fire out there. And they will go. Yeah, it'll go from sounding like you're in your backyard to sounds like you walked into the local the primate exhibit during feeding time.
Wow.
They'll throw stuff. You can hear them actually breaking trees and limbs. They don't like fire, especially out there.
Wow. You would think that they would be like, oh, this is cool, fire, but
yeah,
probably they have like bad experiences, or maybe when there's forest fires.
Well, my grandfather and them back in, I think it was 79. That's when they set Booger Valley on fire to run them out.
Really? Oh, so they have like bad experiences with it.
I guess. Well, a couple of people wound up getting killed out there, and then my grandfather's best friend that lived down from him, he was killed, and then they set the place on fire.
Oh, so they were being like aggressive and
they were being bad aggressive.
Oh no.
And what started the aggression out there was the backside of Booger Valley. I own 3,000 acres out there. That's the size of Booger Valley. The backside of it is the government owns a spot. It's like split down the middle. If you get in the middle of my property, behind me, and then a paper mill owns, which is they make paper products and stuff like that. And they have a pine forest out there. They own part of it. Well, they were cutting some of those trees and stuff, and they got them stirred up. Like I said, I was a little bitty thing back then. I don't remember a lot. Later on in life, my grandfather sit me down and told me stories and told me what happened, and then other people from around town, talked about it. The kids to this, when I was growing up, the younger kids, you've probably seen or heard. I don't know if y'all had a place in town that was like the spooky house or the spooky place to go.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids they would dare each other or go out there to say who would stay the longest. That was our property. They would come out there to stand at the end of the gravel road. My gravel road's almost a mile long. That's the road that goes to my house. To my property out there. They would come out there, blow the horn, and my grandfather would have to go out there and run them off all the time because they'd be out there blowing the horn, just aggravating them to see if they could get a response.
Wow.
But the ones. Say that again.
Oh, but the ones that are in your backyard, those are not aggressive, are they?
They haven't been They've been a little aggressive towards me, but not like but not as bad as they could be, I guess. They only came up to the actual house and hit the house and stuff like that the first couple of weeks we lived here. Mm-hmm. Now they want to sit out there and throw sticks and stuff at the house, but they don't come up to the house.
Oh wow, that's good though that they know their boundaries.
Well, it took a little while. I got aggravated with them one night because I was actually trying to sleep. I'd been up for 3 days and getting the house finished for LaCab before we moved in. And I went out there and popped. You ever seen a flashbang go off?
Mm-mm.
If I throw a flashbang in that room where y'all are at, it's probably going to blow any windows out, and it's going to be like you just looked into the sun and blind you, and the noise, all you'll hear is ringing. Well, I threw one on one end of the house, one on the other end of the house, and I fired about 60 rounds up in the trees above the house. And that they left and stayed gone for about a month. I thought I didn't run them completely off, but then they started slowly coming back. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I guess they learned, hey, look, that dude's crazy. We might not need to be pushing on him very much.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Tomorrow night is when we're going to do the call blasting out there.
Okay. At what time are you guys going to do that?
It's going to be about 10 o'clock tomorrow night, my time. So that would be 7 o'clock your time.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I'm going to be watching that. Are you going to put it live on your channel?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, cool.
And Wolf is actually going to be a special guest.
Oh, okay.
So
Wolf from Paranormal Roundtable, right?
Yes, ma'am. I just walked into the door now, and I'm fine. My son's 2 dogs run up here to greet me. Matter of fact, he's taking them out. That's why. But He has a blue heeler. I'm not exactly sure. I think she's blue heeler American Pit. Then he has a full blooded American Pit. What's Mama?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I call one Moo Moo because she looks like a moo cow. She looks like a little baby cow, a little Jersey cow. She's part blue heeler and American Pit, and then Harlow. Yeah, she's red nose pit, Great Dane, and what else? And a healer as well, mixed.
Oh,
He named
yeah.
her Harley. He named her after Harley Quinn from the Joker because she's nuts as a fruitcake.
And and that's a thing that we forgot to mention for the survival situation. We need to have like also like dog food and make sure your dogs are taken care of as well because you gotta
because
be part of the family.
Well, not just that. You got to think that's your early warning system. They're going to hear somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all, something bad happens, and you have to have this stuff. People that didn't start stocking up and stuff, we call those the have-nots. They're going to be looking to take what the people that have.
Yeah,
That's what we call them, and what we label the have-nots because they don't have anything. They're going to be looking for easy meals. People that do have it, and they're going to be taking it any which way they can. People that are hungry and scared will do some stupid, crazy things. I've seen it. Yeah, look at Katrina. Look at what happened during Katrina, after Katrina.
Mm-hmm. But even that, we were talking about what happened with the COVID too, that we would go to the stores and shelves would be empty. There would be no food, especially with the toilet paper. Even
I never understood that. That was the craziest thing to me with the damn toilet paper issue.
Yeah. And even like formula for babies, that was so hard to get as well because people were just hoarding it because they were scared. And I was like,
I tell you a secret, if you've got the room and you can buy you a female goat that has that is either fixing to have little ones or just had little ones, because infant babies, if you have an infant that is lactose intolerant, they will actually prescribe them goat milk because it is different than cow milk and they can drink it, and it's actually more healthier.
Yeah. And that's one of the things our parents, when they were young, my mom would say that the babies, they would sometimes give them the goat milk too. So, and it's very rich in like vitamins, and it's healthy. I think I've had it once older. I tried it and I was like, oh, you can definitely taste the difference between the cow milk and the goat milk.
It's got all these antioxidants and stuff in it that that's made up for that baby goat, because until that baby goat gets, I think it's 2 months old, their immune system can't really fight off anything. What keeps them healthy is the stuff that they're getting from their mother, because it has antibacterials in it, it has antioxidants in it, it has all kind of stuff in it that's actually beneficial for a baby, for any baby.
Yeah. I agree. And they even make it in powder too. Like,
yes, ma'am.
Like they do with the formula, they have baby goat formula too. So
yes, ma'am.
That's pretty great info.
Well, I told y'all, remember last week, that within 1 week you can tell what's fixing to happen, and I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's happening to overseas.
I've been having nightmares. I'm like,
y'all know
I woke up.
Y'all know Americans are actually signing up to volunteer to go over there and fight.
Oh, they are?
Yes, like Texas has like 600, I think, right now, that are fixing to deploy over there and fight. So we are fixing to have Americans fighting in this war that's going on. Now they're going over there and signing up for the if I wouldn't have just tried to say the name, I could have said it. The country that's under siege right now, I can't even think of it. Yeah, Ukraine. They're actually signing up for Ukraine's military, American citizens. And what they're doing is, if you go sign up, like one of your husbands or friends, go sign up right now, even y'all, because Ukraine will actually take women. They don't care as long as your warm body can pull a trigger. They will actually. You sign up. You got to go. I think in San Francisco, San Fernando, and across certain places you go to each state, you go sign up a sheet. You can sign up for the military. As soon as you sign up, you can actually bring any weapon you want, whatever you got, you can bring. They will put you on a plane and carry you over. If you sign up as a group, that group will stay together when you deploy over there. I'm not suggesting nobody do it.
Training alongside NATO's.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't suggest anybody do it because you got to think about something. This is going to get worse than what it is. You're signing up to go to another country to fight. Right now, I think it was yesterday or early this morning, Putin's military shelled the other nuclear facility that was there. So they purposely shelled a live nuclear facility.
Yeah, and I saw that and I was like, oh, why? Why are they doing that? It's crazy.
That's for terrorism.
Yeah.
Because now they're making that whole area non-inhabitable for everybody.
Yeah, non-inhabitable. And see that, but it travels, right?
Yes, ma'am. That can be. It can be in the atmosphere, and by probably Tuesday of next week, it can be over United States.
Yeah, and it's
that can cause nuclear fall. That can cause nuclear waste to be raining down on y'all, us, everybody. That just doesn't affect them. That affects globally.
Mm-hmm.
When Chernobyl blew that time, I think it caused the radiation count around the world to raise 12%. That was just that one facility there. And see, they've actually already opened parts of Chernobyl again because they done shelled the covering that was covering it. Now they just shelled another. They purposely did that.
Is it still leaking?
Oh, Chernobyl's still leaking. It wasn't. It is now because they shelled the covering that they purposely built over top of it. They did that within the first week of the war. But this is the thing. Reason why I'm telling people, I don't suggest anybody go sign up unless you just want to go see something that you think you want to see, but you don't. Mm-hmm. It's going to get, if you're over there, something bad starts happening over here. Now you can't even be there to protect your own family. Mm-hmm. It's going to get bad here. I'm telling y'all, within a couple months, it's going to be bad here.
Yeah, I hope not. I'm scared.
Well,
I was telling you,
what I mean by bad is, you know how everybody was griping and carrying on about the lockdown, the short amount of time we actually spent for lockdown for the government cooties. I hope you have plenty to do in your house because you're probably looking at 2 to 3 months locked down in your house. The only time you will be able to leave is to go out and get whatever goods at whatever center they tell you that you can go to. Like I said, you're going to be, because martial law is going to be in effect.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are they going to try to activate martial law?
Yes, ma'am. I'll still be able to talk to y'all as long as they don't take that our net, but I'm going to be in my hole in the ground. That's where I was just a while ago, making sure everything was up and going good. And
yeah, and this is one of the reasons why we thought, hey, let's talk about that, because it's important, especially, not just with, natural disasters, but with war. Like you see families, running away. Oh, it dropped him. But yeah, families running away and not having enough supplies or not having anything to carry with them. And you can definitely find shelter somewhere. I know that they probably might have some like emergency, like, because usually the Red Cross will have like emergency places that people can go to. But it's important to always be ready and have all this stuff. I did share, if anybody wants, I'm going to post the list on our Facebook page in case anybody wants to look at it, just as an example as well, on what to buy. Let me add it.
I apologize. I accidentally hit a button. I was fixing my coffee and I accidentally hit a button and knocked myself out.
Yeah, because we were talking about because we shared a list on stuff to have handy. in case you have to go. But if you have to stay hunkered down, then you have to have all this stuff ready to go, your food. And we were even talking about like maybe starting a little garden, things like that.
Oh yeah, and all of that. See, here you can't plant nothing right now because it's still wintertime. But it's everybody in your house, and the way you have to look at this is for every member in your house, the best rule of thumb is to have 1 week's worth of food for each one of those people. You may not need that whole 2 weeks, but let's say you have to go a week before they set up Red Cross shelters and centers and stuff where you can get stuff from them. Well, go get that when you can and add that back to whatever you had. But usually within 1 week of any disaster they'll have or anything going on, they'll start having centers for people to start getting other foods. But a rule of thumb is every person, if you got 5 people in your house, each one of those people need to have at least 2 weeks worth of food on hand at all times.
And the water too. We were trying to figure out, I think it was like 3 gallons of water per person. Is that sound correct?
You need about 6 gallons per person.
Okay.
Because you got to add in the cooking, some of the meals.
That's right.
And you also got to add in some for cleaning your dishes, for also cleaning you. You can actually get what they call wet wipes. There's sanitation wipes that you can use to actually, kind of like a baby wipe that you can use to wipe yourself down. Because when your hygiene starts going, you actually can start getting sick easier and stuff like that. That's the one thing you got that people most times forget is their hygiene.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. And then because you have to keep your teeth clean too. So you don't want to get a tooth infection or a cavity.
And the other thing is the hand sanitizer again, because it's going to be hard to wash your hands because you ain't going to have readily water most of the time to keep doing it. And if you handle your food or you handle your sister's food or whatever, you want to make sure your hands are clean. Because if you have to go out and pick up something that's outside or whatever, your hands are going to get dirty. I keep hand sanitizer. I've done this even before the government cooties. There's a big bottle in the truck, one little bottle in my keychain, and then I have 2 little bottles in each one of my go bags.
And now that you mentioned that, I've always had hand sanitizers before that happened. Yeah. And people were like, oh, look at her, the germaphobe. They would always call me the germaphobe. And I would wear masks when it was windy outside, or I would go somewhere where there was a lot of people, I would wear masks. And then people would just laugh at me and be like, look, she's crazy. And now I'm
people with hay fever have had to wear these masks and stuff. And if you've got real bad allergies and stuff, I got a friend. If I'm cutting the grass before this even started, if their neighbor was cutting the grass, they would have to have a mask on because they had allergies so bad that their eyes would almost close up from watering and stuff just from the hay fever and stuff from grass cuttings.
Yeah. Hi, Candy.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
I can't see chat, y'all, so hey, everybody.
Yeah, this is our older sister. She came on.
Hey, Miss Candy, nice to meet you.
Hello, how are you doing, Mr. Vault Keeper?
Yes, ma'am. You can just call me Vault.
She has a little one at home.
She's the youngest?
No, she's the oldest.
Oh, she's the oldest? Okay, so she's the one that got in trouble for y'all.
Yes, she's the one that she was the one
I'm
that
the oldest out of all my siblings, so I already know what she had to go through. Well, it's nice to meet you too. I didn't know there was 3 sisters.
Yeah,
we're the charm ones.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like you got a little one too.
Where's Cookie? Oh, I have 2. I have a boy, he's 2, and I have a newborn. She's 4 months already.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I don't know how much of this you've been listening to, what your sisters have been telling you or talking about, but I would tell you to take heed to what they're saying, because I don't know if they've been listening to me or somebody else, but they done picked up a lot of knowledge, and what they're talking about, they know.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I've been shopping, like I guess like filling up my pantry with stuff, and
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like people think we're crazy and stuff, but you never know.
Especially if you have the little ones, you have to have food because they're always hungry.
Right.
Look, it don't get no better. I've got a 22-year-old and a 18-year-old, and you can never fill them up.
That's funny.
Yeah.
They just got, look, I bought a 16-piece chicken water goat and brought in from KFC, and I think there's one drumstick left in the bucket.
Wow.
And I just walked in the door probably 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. We were talking about that we're gonna have to get a goat candy in case, so you can have some milk for the baby.
Well, it's an extra I'm talking about. The other thing is, if it comes down to it, if you save the dried food, you can also eat the goat.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can have some birria. That's what we call it, some birria.
Yeah, that's it. We have a restaurant down here called our Mexican restaurant, or supposable Mexican restaurant. I'm gonna loosely say that. It's called the Old Goat, and I cannot remember what that is in Spanish, but
Yeah.
everybody was talking about one day. I was like, what? And this is when the restaurant first came in. I just moved back down here. Everybody said, yeah, go meet me at
Old goat
the what?
and Chivo Viejo.
Yeah, the Old Goat is what it's called. I was like, what are y'all talking about? What old goat? They're like, huh? I was like, you're saying old goat, you know that, don't you? What's the name of the Mexican restaurant? So the name of the Mexican restaurant is Old Goat.
Yeah. And we were talking about that too, that because you have to know how to hunt, how to fish, right?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
you also have to know how to, open the animal, like, to eat it, because it's kind of hard, like, because we've done
I'm
it because
trying to figure out a way to put a video up of cleaning, and turkey season is fixing to be here in a couple of weeks, so I can do a turkey, but deer, I can actually show you how to clean a deer and quarter it on the ground in about 15 minutes.
really,
Wow.
that's fast. Because it takes a while.
In about 15 minutes, I can after I kill it, I can take and lay it on the ground. I can do it just as fast. It's easier to do it than hanging up, but I can do it on the ground because I do what's called sheeting. You take and when you skin it out, you lay the skins down on each side of the animal, because I dry the skins. I just lay it out, and then you gut it, flip it over, and you can take the guts and actually put the guts on the skin and carry it out away from you, because that's the other thing you got to remember. Anything that you don't keep, you want to carry it way away from you, because that's going to draw predators like coyotes, wolves, badgers, around here, Bigfoot, and other things that will eat you.
That's crazy. So because we were, I mean, like I said, since we were young, my dad and our uncles, they were hunters, so they were like, okay, you guys have to try to do the work, and I was like, but that's sad. I don't want to watch them. Like, I don't want, and the only thing that because they still go deer hunting, they'll go and bring deer, but the only thing that kind of scares me with the deer is like all the what is it, the
like Lyme disease?
Yeah, like getting Lyme disease.
There's a bunch of stuff going on, but you can usually tell if the animal is sick or something's wrong with it before you kill it, if you pay attention to the animal before you shoot it, or however you dispatch the animal. But when you're cleaning it, you can also tell, because there'll be signs in the meat. If the meat's got a white look, like got almost like a pinkish white look, like meat that you get out of the grocery store, if it looks like that, that meat is not no good, because it's supposed to be real rich and red like a beet.
Oh, okay. I'm writing it down. This is great information.
Hey, look, I done told you all you got to do is call me about anything you want to know
Yeah.
because I don't mind trying to help anybody any way I can. And it sounds like you're like me. You got a large family.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's and thankfully we do have we also have an uncle. He lives in a big like a lot of acres, like a big farm.
Yeah.
Well, that's
He
where you need. If anything bad happens, that's where y'all all three need to be hitting with your families.
I know.
Get
I was
there.
like, I just yeah, because he works there. That's his where he works. But they kind of have different. They basically what do they have? Cattle. So he
Yeah.
raises cattle.
Grass
And
fed.
yeah, so they're like and we've had their
That's
meat.
called food on the hoof.
I know. And we've had like because they sell them for for food and stuff, and we've had the meat. It's so good.
Yeah.
But
Well,
and I've thought about it. I was like, oh, maybe
And
we can go there.
it's
But
cool
I'm telling you, all three of y'all, y'all's families need to get to. I know y'all got little kids listening. Y'all need to get the heck out of town. Any populated center, get as far away from them as you can. That's where all your problems are going to be.
yeah,
Don't know why people just do that, but especially people that have never been raised around stuff like y'all have, they don't know nothing but the city. So for some reason, they think if they go outside of anywhere but the city, they can't survive. And it's like a free for all. The
yeah,
law is not going to be there to help you anymore.
and I feel like it's like in movies as well. You see it in movies time and time again where people are in the city and they're like it's chaos and people are killing each other for food and things like that. So it's crazy. It's crazy to think that that could be reality
Well, if
and that
y'all
it could
wasn't all
happen.
if y'all wasn't all the way in California, I just tell y'all to all y'all to load up and come on out. Just call me and I'll meet you when you get close because you would never find my place until I brought you there. But like I said, Z's seen it. I got an old missile silo. I got a bunker in the ground. I got 6 stories underground.
Wow.
I can house 37 people.
Oh my God. Do you have that many people living with you?
No,
He has a whole village.
no, no.
I'm saying not living with you, but I'm like family members. Do you have that many?
No, I have 5 in my house right now. It's me, my wife, my 2 sons, and my daughter-in-law. That ain't counting all the
Wow.
damn animals I got. I got Dr. Doolittle, and I
Oh,
just got
that's
a new one.
cute.
Uh,
Yeah.
the picture you see, that's my little dog. That's my shadow. She's in the chair right here beside me now. Wherever I am, that's where she's at.
Oh, she reminds me a lot of Blossom,
Yeah.
my
Candy.
little dog.
She is part. Her mother was
Oh.
Applehead. The miniature Applehead Chihuahua, and the daddy was a miniature Pomeranian.
Oh.
Like I
Hey,
said, she's little, but
Gloria,
she's the boss.
doesn't she look like Pumpkin the most, I think?
She ain't
Yeah,
happy in
she
that
does.
picture right there because she don't like wearing her clothes, and Lakeia made
Yeah.
her put her Christmas pajamas on, and then she didn't give her any Christmas cake.
And that's funny because you can tell, like in that picture, you can tell she's mad. And I was
Yeah,
gonna tell you, she doesn't like to wear clothes because our dog, sometimes she'll wear some clothes, but if there's something she doesn't like, she'll have like this angry face.
Yeah, she'll just stiffen up.
well,
Yeah.
here in the wintertime, if she doesn't, I've got those little pajama outfits for her because, like I said, she's a little bitty thing and she ain't got her hair is real short. So
Mhm.
she'll get cold and start shaking. But you can put that on her and she stays pretty warm, but she does not like wearing it. Now she just goes and curls up with Zeus that I just got.
Yeah, and he looks like a warm
Yeah.
dog. So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna.
He is the same dogs that pull the sleds like in Alaska and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted another one like Bear, but there's none in the country right now. So
What kind was Bear?
Bear is an Eisenberger.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Bear was an Eisenberger.
Yeah, we had a big husky too. But huskies, he would run like crazy. He was like they have so much energy.
Well, see, Bear was specially bred over in I think it was Iceland, they started breeding those dogs. That you only get like probably 10 a year of those dogs. They're specially bred. They took every large dog breed they could find in the world and started breeding them together until they got the traits they wanted. And then, like I said, they only breed about 10 a year. An Eisenberger puppy like Bear, when Bear was bought, he cost I think it was like $9,000, if I remember right.
That's a lot.
But like I said, their breeding and all that. Like I said, Bear was probably, besides Tinkerbell, one of the smartest dogs I've ever seen. He had a personality. It was like another person to me. Just about we were around each other for so many years. It was like I already knew what he was going to do, and he pretty much knew what I was going to do. Like I said, Bear has literally saved my life 3 times. Once I was unconscious and he drugged me back around out of gunfire. He busted the window out of the patrol unit, and literally grabbed me by the back of my vest and pulled me around out of gunfire. He caught one round in the up in the upper flank doing that. And he still drugged me around the vehicle.
That's crazy.
But like I said, that's why it bothered me so much whenever he passed.
Yeah.
I won't even drive the vehicle no more that I used to ride with him, and I put it in storage. I quit driving the vehicle.
Dogs are to me, I've always been a dog lover, and I've always had dogs. I would pick up dogs from the street and bring them home, and my dad would be like, "See, you're bringing another dog. You need to stop doing that." But I've always, and I can tell. I feel like dogs, you can communicate with them, or they know how you're feeling. They can tell, and I feel like I've always told her, I feel like they have like unconditional love. They're like so faithful.
No, you have that spirit. See, my youngest son, all right, the way the natives say is once every 1,000 years, there's a couple of people born that are closer to the nature and closer to their animal brethren than anybody else. I can take my youngest son. Our elders say that he's one. I can take him to your park, sit him under a tree, and just walk off. An hour later, he will have wild birds, squirrels, and everything else all around him, sitting there eating out of his hand.
That's cool.
It's just weird how he's like that. But animals, I trust animals way more than people. Animals, they have no ulterior motive. They have no. Some people will lie to you in a sound. They'll make everything sound so good, and you'll think they're okay. Yeah, they're good, and I'll actually be plotting against you the whole time. Animals are not like that. If an animal likes you, it likes you. If it doesn't like you, it doesn't like you. There is no in between.
I feel like I would tell Eileen too, like they can't break your heart like humans do. Like they just have
pure love.
Yeah.
If you treat like a dog, if you treat that dog well and good, and you provide for it, the way you're supposed to, that dog will become loyal to you. And like I said, I can tell you without a doubt, like I said, Bear took a bullet for me. Never once, like I said, I've seen Bear get in between me and a guy with a machete.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, animals, once if an animal loves you or cares about you, there is no halfways or nothing like that. Like I said, it's just there. That's like Tinkerbell. And like I said, she was the runt of the bunch. She died 3 times and I brought her back to life. The third time, for some reason, me and her just clicked together. And ever since then, you can ask LaKay or anybody else, she has not left my side. The only thing she doesn't like riding, it kind of freaks her out. So the only time she's not with me is if I'm riding.
Yeah.
But
I had my dad bought me he was like a little pug Chihuahua mix. So his tail was curly. And my dad, one time he bought him for me for my birthday, but I would go to school to pick her up. I would walk with him. And I remember this one time I was sitting there waiting for her to get out of school so I can, we can walk back home. And I don't know what happened, but he started growling, and I turned around and he was getting really, really aggressive. And I turned around and there was a guy standing behind me. And so I guess he tried to like run at him, and the guy just took off. But I was like, oh,
See
I
that
had a feeling, that he was trying to do something, and my dog
yeah, animals will pick up on stuff like that. And see, people don't listen to them enough. I got another question for you. We're sitting here talking about stuff like that. Did you look up that person I told you last week to look up?
Yes, I have that written down. I have to do that. Like, I need to get into that too. But
I'll tell you, y'all three, the reason why I told you look up. Did you look up and see what I was talking about? The kind of person he was and what he did?
Yeah, I saw an interview where he was talking, and I was like, oh, I'm like, I need to get into this. Like,
hold on. Since I know a lot of people that are sitting here listening to you, most of them pretty much don't know Spanish, I'm willing to bet. But did you pick up on anything, the way he was talking and stuff like that? Did it remind you of anybody?
kind of like you.
Yeah, he my familia.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. See,
because I was watching the interview, and I was like, he reminds me a lot of, of
yeah. There ain't but 5 people that we associate with that actually know that.
Really?
I keep that a secret. Like, well, see, that's what I'm talking. That's what I try to tell people. If I wanted to be famous, I could be famous in a heartbeat. Just by telling people.
You don't want to be famous?
Never have. Didn't care about it. Still don't care about it. All I care. Look, I made my life out of trying to protect and save other people. Now, I've killed a lot of people, but that let's say one person that I killed maybe saved 10,000 or 1,000 or 2.
And that's what matters too, helping people, and that's one of the reasons why we talk about this, and we kind of wanted to like
your sister your older sister probably just got freaked out by what I said, because I wasn't thinking about it. She probably don't listen to me, and she's gonna be like, my sisters are listening to what?
No, I did. I was actually talking to my sisters about you. I said, how, like, I don't mean to be like mean or rude or say, I don't know if the way that I say it is gonna sound kind of weird, but like you say you kill people, and it like it doesn't like your personality doesn't go, you know what I'm saying?
That,
like
that's because there's 2 sides to me.
Oh my God!
There's 2 sides to me. The one you're sitting here talking to now, this is actually what Lakay and them all call Jay. My wife and them, my family has called me Jay Tucker forever and a day. My real name is James, but there's like 17 of us named James in the damn family, so they all call me Jay. For some reason, nobody could get unique with a different name. I don't know what the hell was going on there. But Vault it was my code name I was given when I used to do what I used to do, and everybody, and then like I didn't go by Jay or Jay Tucker for probably 17 years. That's all I've known. Everybody in my town knows me by Vault. Like I said, there's 2 sides. Only y'all have only got to see a smidgen, not halfway there. If I get aggravated online, the last person that got me aggravated and got to meet the real person was the Michael dude, the pedophile that wouldn't go away.
Oh God, that's crazy.
Well,
I don't know. Well, I'm amazed. I have listened to you, and I have. I'm not gonna say I follow you because I get scared. I don't know, but
she's scared of everything. She doesn't. The Bigfoot scares her.
Fear is a good thing.
Dogman scares her.
Fear is a good thing, because, for someone like that, it's going to be hard for somebody, first off, to get close enough to her to try to hurt her, because she's always looking for the bad stuff.
Yeah, well, it's because my life, I don't know if you've seen our videos, but my life has been a roller coaster.
I haven't got to go back and watch all the videos, but
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of the girls. I promoted the show that I was on last week with the girls as much as I could. I hope y'all got a bunch of people come over and subscribe and views. I said, my thing was, I never, even when I started, everybody, Chaos and all of them try to tell me how popular I am. I just don't see it. That's not the kind of person. I don't strive to be popular. I don't care to be popular. I've lived my life being the gray man. I don't know if y'all know what that is or not.
The gray man?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's where I walk in a crowded room. I can meet everybody in there 10 minutes later that forgot they ever met me.
Wow.
That's the way, because of
It's
what
an
I've
ability.
done. Well, that's the way I've had to live my life forever. People like me don't last very long if you get noticed a lot. Because think about it, if I walked into a room, y'all know what I look like now, but if I walked into a room and didn't like something that was going on, y'all heard and understand what I'm capable of doing, but most everybody else wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I'm less. I'm not a threat to them, and I like not being a threat. A good sniper will tell you the key to being a good sniper is being a low down, sneaky son of a bitch.
And that's one of the things that I like. I like to be underground. I like to be away from the spotlight, like but then again, like with the podcast, I like talking to people and I like sharing stuff and finding stuff and researching, but
see, that's why I like y'all, because no matter, that's why I told you, I think you and your sister are going to go great places. And the one thing that's going to help y'all, and I think y'all are going to be great at this, is because y'all have that kind of level head where it makes no difference if you had 10 people or 10,000 people listening to you, you're still going to be the same people.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's the kind of people I like.
And that's what I was telling. I think I told DW. I kind of like having like 100 subscribers. I'm okay with that. Because then I feel like the stakes get higher, and then I just get a little nervous having more people. But if people like who you are and what you do, then I think that it's real.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I appreciate everybody that comes in and comments and shares.
I love
And
y'all. Show y'all to it. Look, I was over at Sean's one, because I try to support everybody that we hang around. I went over and said hey to Sean and them, and then I went into the Paranormal Roundtable, because, like I said, that show that me and him did, it was premiered tonight, the first of 3 parts, and said hey to everybody, because I told him I would, and I seen y'all. I left over there to come over here because.
We appreciate that. We really appreciate.
I want to see y'all grow. How many times have y'all heard me say there needs to be more female entities and people doing stuff in our realm? Because to me, a female, y'all doing it, y'all bring a different look to it than guys do. Because first off, y'all take the testosterone completely out of it.
Yeah, we're more emotional about it. We're like,
well, y'all have a different way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Most guys look at what I call the macho side of things, and they try to be the macho. That's not what y'all do. Y'all look at a different way, y'all come across differently. Y'all can take the same thing that I talk about, and y'all can talk about it, and it will come out differently, and more people are going to listen and pick up on it and take it than listening to me. Because you can't take 2 alpha males and put them in a room and get them to agree on nothing.
I know. I'll be like,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and I feel like it's natural. That I feel like that's just how nature is, right?
Yeah.
There has to be a woman to help.
The best thing that ever happened to me was meeting Lakeia. That's the backbone of Vault is Lakeia. Lakeia keeps me grounded.
Yeah, I love it when Lakeia, like, she calms everybody down when there's a lot of like things going on. She's like, okay, that's not, and she like tries to like.
You got to think about everybody. Y'all got to think about it. She's had 23 years of practice dealing with me.
she calms the situation, and she's, I love it. I love it when she does that. I'm like that. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. And she can get rowdy if she has to be, but like I said, but that's who keeps me grounded. That's who keeps me, because she'll know. She knows instantly if the what I call the level of aggravated I am, to the point where she may take, like, whenever the stuff started with those other channels and stuff. That's the reason why DW and her decided to take care of it, because she knew, because of something one of them called me, that it wasn't about YouTube and stuff no more with me. I was ready to go find somebody.
No.
Because one of the things you want to trigger Vault, you want to bring out the true me, call me a pedophile, because I absolutely hate the being those people are. Because to me, there's no lower form on this planet than someone that messes with a child.
Yeah, it's not human.
No, it's not human. There is no. To me, it's a waste of time housing them in prison or whatever. They just need to be took up, put against the nearest brick wall, and shot. There is no fixing them. There's something broke in them, and it ain't no fixing.
And why do they let them like live around people that are with babies and kids? Why can't they just have like a section of city of pedophiles that they live together?
You know what section of city I declare they need to be in? The cemetery.
Yeah.
Dead people can't hurt you. I don't care. They may aggravate you, they may scare you, but they can't hurt you. Like I said, like I said, I absolutely cannot stand those people. If there's anybody on this planet that I hate more than anything, that's them.
Yeah.
It's just, and I don't care. People can get mad at me or whatever, but that's my opinion.
So we have a question for you, Vault, because there's somebody that some people, I don't know, that don't know your history. So they're like, oh, what is his history? You don't have to say.
I don't mind. I'm talking about, it's not a secret anymore. I am a ex-PMC that went from being in, I keep forgetting, most of y'all don't know what a PMC is. I'm an ex-private. I belong for 20 years to one of the largest private militaries in the world, Blackwater International. And for y'all to understand what Blackwater is, a PMC is the unnice, easiest way to put it, a mercenary. I was contracted by the United States government for a long time as a permanent problem solver. If you seen our unit, you were not going to have a nice day, and that was going to be the last day on Earth. That's the nicest, easiest way without being vulgar and I don't like doing that around women and children and stuff like that. That's just the easiest way to put it. And the reason why they used us is because until 2015 is when I got out, and I got out because of that reason. Let's say, like over in Afghanistan, if our right now, Putin's supposed to be following the Geneva Convention, and he ain't. Anytime during war conflict, a country is supposed to follow a Geneva Convention, which has guidelines. Let's say right now, if over in Afghanistan, even though that is your enemy over there, they can have a weapon. You can see them with a weapon, and they can point that weapon at you. Unless they fire on you first, you cannot fire on them. A PMC does not go by those guidelines. If I deem you're a threat, I can legally kill you, and I can walk up in the middle of church in front of the preacher and blow your head off, and ain't nothing they can do about it. We had diplomatic full immunity.
So it's like different, yeah.
Yeah, it means different we don't get tried. Like when Putin shelling at what Putin did, I can't remember if it was yesterday or early this morning. My days run together. When he shelled that other nuclear facility, that is actually he's actually looking at facing war crimes. They can actually, if they carry him in front of what's called the Hague, that's for war crimes. And he belongs to the Geneva Convention. He can actually be tried for war crimes and can be sentenced to death for just doing what he did. That's why I was telling people he doesn't care anymore. I don't know what they got into that fool, but he don't care anymore. So that makes him even more dangerous. But we didn't follow those same guidelines. Then I left from there. I came back stateside and worked for the Department of Defense. I worked for Homeland Security. I did some what they call wet work for another 3-letter word alphabet that starts with a C. That's as far as I'm gonna go with that one. I've been a sheriff's deputy many different places. I've been a police officer in many different places. I graduated from 2 different law schools. I went to Langley, Virginia. Graduated from Langley. That's the FBI school that you have to go through to become an FBI agent. I don't know how much further to go, or what else to. I grew up in the woods around a bunch of hairy things. I grew up in the woods that I thought, like I said, everybody knew about Bigfoot. And I said until I was like 17 and realized these people think I'm crazy, and I know damn well they exist.
I know, like you realized, oh, people don't think it's real. That's crazy.
That was crazier to me than anything. It's like, what do you mean they ain't real? They're like, oh man, that's a joke. That's fake. Well, I can carry you in. I don't know about around here, but I can go carry you back home where you tell them they don't exist, and see how well that's going to go.
Yeah.
And for the one, like I told people, the biggest argument when everybody says, "Well, how do you you got to have proof?" Well, the biggest proof is in actually plain. It's right in public, but nobody knows to go look. It's called the hominid law. The federal government, all right, Congress, the Senate, and the president, and I cannot remember what year this actually was put into law, but y'all know how hard it is to get something put into law. Look at when they were trying to get the stimulus passed. Y'all think of that bill. It takes all those people to agree to get something put into law, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were able to get the hominid law passed, and it states in the hominid law that it covers anything that is humanoid looking, even to the point of large ape, that is federally protected. So to get all that done for an animal that they even try to say that is fake, then our government just threw away a bunch of money and a bunch of time. I think to get a bill even carried to Congress, you're looking at around $40,000 is what the base price is going to cost you. And then to carry it in front of the Senate, it's about another $60,000. For all the red tape and all the lawyer fees and everything else. You're probably looking at, by the end of everything, you're probably looking at somebody in the government spend about $200,000 to get a bill passed that most people think are fake.
Yeah, that's not. It's not fake.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. Like I said, I tell people all the time, that's the easiest way to tell you that it's real, other than carrying you out there and you getting you hurt or me hurt by showing you one of these things. Because people don't realize most people see one of these things, they do one of 3 things. They freeze. They take off running instinctively. If they have a weapon, they will try to use it. All 3 of those things can possibly get you killed. Because if this thing comes out of the woods running at you as a charge and you don't move, it's probably going to run over you. And you're talking about something hitting you like your car doing about 30 miles an hour. It's not going to end well. If you run, you cannot outrun them. They can reach out and reach down and grab one of your legs and snap it like a twig. They do it to deer all the time. They can just think about something. They are able to run down a deer, reach out, grab its leg, and break it in the middle of a run. And you're going to outrun it?
Mm-mm. No way.
And if you shoot at it, 9 times out of 10, the one that you shot at, if it don't kill you, one of the buddies that you didn't know was there is going to kill you. So, like I said,
Because they're in groups.
That's the reason. Yeah. That's the reason why I don't take people out. Is because of that reason. When I took Z-Wiki out when she was down here, I had her in a car and I was driving. I had her in the back seatbelt in the center of the car, so she couldn't get to the doors. She couldn't get to nothing. That was the only way that I felt safe carrying someone out. Because, like I said, you're talking about something on the small side, 500 pounds. That's a small brown bear.
Yeah, that's big still.
Yeah, and you're talking about something that can literally, I've seen Kodiak Grizz with its head twisted around like a dish, its neck looked like a dish rag, and then it was hanging with his feet off the ground about a foot.
Mm-mm.
So
I don't want to see one. But hey, the voices that you said they found, because we've even heard like some sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
In some, videos, things like that, and it's scary just to like
y'all need to
even
go,
listening to
y'all, I can't believe y'all had decided to join the camera project. That way y'all can sit at y'all's house or your phone.
I know, and we can just be watching.
Let's put it
all
this way.
day. I'll be up late at night watching.
Hold on. Do you got your phone right there by you?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm fixing to do something. Do not share this. Do not share this. Hold on.
Oh, that's messed up.
Sorry, Candy.
You can. Hey, she can. Yeah, you can.
Not in the group. She's not part of the group.
Hold on. When she comes over to your house.
Yeah, wait. Just wait, Gloria. Just wait.
I'll show you when you come over.
And this ain't even what I call a good one. It's sending it to you now. I'm texting it to you.
Oh, okay.
Give it just a minute.
Yeah, but what do you think, Candy? Are you ready to be a survivor?
Yeah, well, I already started, so.
Yeah.
And then
did you get a lot of toilet paper?
TMI? No, I'm kidding. No, I got a lot of baby wipes,
Yeah, baby
and
wipes
some diapers, and a lot of canned food. And I'm gonna buy it.
What was that? Was that your bag?
Hey, that was took in my backyard.
Oh, that just gave me chills.
What is it?
I tell you what, because I don't think your sister hangs out with none of us, and you can text it to your sister because I want to hear her reaction.
Yeah.
Now after you see this, you tell me they don't exist, and just to let you know, it's crouched down. With it crouched down,
yeah, it is.
Oh, hey, with it crouched down, it was still taller than I am, and that's a female.
And how do you know?
If you zoom in, you see where its arm, it looks like it's up where its arm is on its leg. If you look, it's got one of its breasts pushed up. You see it?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Oh my gosh.
Now see, that's what I go out there and play in the dark with.
Oh. What the? Oh my God, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I do not want to live where you live. Hell nah. No.
Hey, and that's the thing. That's that's the smallest one, and that's one of them. I know there's 4. I think there's 6 here.
It's so clear though.
Yeah,
it's like
it
crazy.
is.
It's
now,
like
see, this is the thing. This is what I was telling you a while ago. I have no inkling, don't care about being famous. If I want to be famous, I got about 9 of those. That's not even a good one. I got about 9 of those that I could put out.
Oh.
That came, like I said, that
Nah.
came where one of the cameras I just put up, that right there's facing that same. If you pull up next time on the show, I pull up and I'll zoom in, and you'll actually be able to see right where that took.
You know what, Walt? Right now, when I first opened it, I was like, my brain couldn't comprehend what it was. I was like,
Would you see?
it was
Do you
like,
see how well, even though that thing's right out in the open, how well it blends in?
yeah.
You don't know how many people walk right by them in the woods and don't even know it.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's crazy.
and I love the woods. I've
I'm
always
telling
been
you.
like an outdoorsy person. But if you guys
I'm a
don't know,
woodsman.
you guys gotta join. You guys
I'm a
gotta join.
woodsman. Yeah,
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. I'm a woodsman, but I've walked. I've accidentally crawled out of bushes and been 10 feet from one of those things.
Mm,
Oh my God! It looks like I don't know. Oh,
that is
I'm like, it
crazy.
looks like an alien / Bigfoot /
Well, hey, don't worry about it
Oh.
because everybody says they don't exist. I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like
No,
Hey,
I believe that, and I believe in supernatural stuff. So
my hands
yeah.
got cold, Walt. My
Hey,
hands and my feet are cold now.
hey, I'm telling you, that thing crouched down was still taller than I was, and I'm 5'9", 5'8", somewhere in there.
That reminds me. The Dark Waters had posted the Alaska expedition,
Mm-hmm.
and when he talked about like how big they were, and like that's one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorite stories.
Like I
But
said, that's one of the smaller females.
yeah, yeah, like her babies were probably around, huh?
Mm-hmm. She was actually fixing to get ready to charge me, and because I was getting too close, I didn't realize she was there until I looked up, and I had to take that picture kind of stealthily because they don't like stuff pointed at them.
Oh my gosh! I like every time I look at it, it gives me chills.
Yeah, it does.
Well, like I said,
It's a good one. It's a good one. But share your channel, the video, the camera project.
share it. I can't share it here because
Oh,
I'm.
you
Hold
can't
on.
share it? I don't know
Hey.
how to. Yeah, Candy, you were gonna say
No,
something?
I saw his screenshot, and it's 3 a.m. He's still awake at 3 a.m, man. And with that scary stuff around him. Oh
Oh, I
my
go out.
God.
She doesn't know. I go out in
No.
the pitch black dark
Yeah.
with those
Oh
things.
no. I can't even walk outside
Yeah, because he
by
has
night.
like the Nightmare Nation TV, and it's like cameras that he put outside, like in his yard.
Hold
Because
on.
he has,
Yeah, I saw them when last time that you
yeah,
guys were.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's where they capture a lot of stuff. So it's
Oh,
pretty,
tomorrow night. I'm going to be like I said, I'm going to be call blasting.
yeah.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
gonna be ready for that too. We're gonna
I
be
don't know what's
watching.
going to happen I know a lot of people have been attacked when they do it and stuff like that. I have no idea because we don't know what these sounds mean to them.
Yeah,
Oh.
but is it Sasquatch sounds? Is that what it
Uh,
means?
some
Or
are. I've actually got 2 male gorillas
okay,
making sounds at each other that are. It looks like they're where they're fighting over a female.
okay,
And then I've got the surefire horns. I think that's how the ones that's supposed to that you're supposed to hear when the world ends.
mm-hmm.
I've got 2 sets of those to play. Blue whale sounds. There's a couple. I got an hour's worth of stuff that's going to be
Awesome.
blasted out there
That
on
sounds
100. And like I said, and some of it y'all may not be able to hear because I'm going to be blasting it in ranges that human ears can't hear.
yeah.
And then I'm going to be playing some ultrasonic way down deep, like old timey bass, like when they used to have bass competitions. I'm going to be playing some of that just to see what they do because I got a 100-watt speaker out there that I'm going to be playing this on.
Wow.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Well, we're gonna be ready for that. So, but yeah,
Y'all ought to go join the camera systems because Sean, he caught the big one that's out here. The big one's like 14 foot tall.
That's crazy.
Well,
I don't. Just this one itself
Yeah.
was creepy.
think
enough.
of that 2 times its size. That's how big the big one is.
No, I don't want to think about it.
Put
That's
it this way, its waist is bigger than your car tire.
Wow. And it's kind of like hard, like to fathom, like that they're there, you know?
Yeah, I
So-
know. Like, even though we're not looking at the picture, I'm still seeing
She's
it
still
in my
like
head.
she took a mental picture now.
Yeah.
She's not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
And see,
Yeah.
a lot of people, you know what's funny is a lot of people think that they were on for years. They were only right where y'all are right now in
Mhm.
California, near the
Mhm.
redwood forest and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I said, I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, why do y'all think they're only in California? You think there's only hippie Bigfoot?
Yeah,
You know,
like
what?
dudes. There's dude Bigfoots.
Yeah, I was like, really? There's
Yeah.
places in Mississippi that the Indians had never stepped foot in because it's so bad. Like I said, I own 3,000 acres just at Booger Valley. Then I got 18 acres where I'm sitting at now.
Hmm.
And like I said, then I got a place up in Arkansas that's 58 acres. I think it's either 58 or 59 acres. It's a cabin that actually has a large river that runs through it. And what you can look for anytime you want to find these animals is look for waterways and rivers.
And they're like
Because,
hanging out.
well, they use them like roads. Like I said,
I would like to have one of the footprints, you know, just to have it. But
I'll see if I can't get you.
I don't know if I would want to go look for one.
No.
Can I
See,
buy one off of you?
no, you ain't gonna buy.
Like,
I'll send
sure.
you one. I'll send you one.
I'm like, it would be cool to find one, but then
You
if
know, I've never ever casted a track. There's certain things that a lot of Bigfooters do that all the time that, you know, that are like religious about. They got to do this. I've never, like I said, until I came back to YouTube and everybody's like, I need evidence. I want this. I never carried a camera with me. I never carried a recorder with me because my thing was I'm a sniper. So I did exactly what a sniper did. I went and found me a hide, got up in it when I found where I thought one of these animals were going to be at.
Mhm.
And that's what I did. So
you
I
were
was
like, I need to cast, I need to get samples, I need to do this, which, you know, like, I think I would run if I was to find a print. I'll be like, okay, I gotta go. Like, it's not safe.
Well, take 2 of your shoes. Let's say I'm gonna say, how tall are you?
5'2", right? No, 5'3".
All right, you wear about a size 6 then.
7.
So close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. I said, see, I'm so used to dealing with human body sizes and stuff because I'm used to looking at a person through my scope and being able to tell by how tall you are, the way with my crosshairs and my scope, how far away you are. I do all of that in about 5 minutes. Well, take one of your. It would take 2 of your shoes, put them in front of each other, and then add another half one, and that's generally the size of an adult Bigfoot.
Wow. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do it. You know, I tried to look through a scope before. Now that you were talking about that, and I got dizzy. I was like, I can't do this. Like, not even like binoculars anymore. I'm like, it moved too much.
Did you have one? Did you have one eye open, or did you have both eyes open?
On the scope, they told me to have one eye open.
See, most people do shoot one eye open with a scope. I shoot with both mine open. The reason why is because if you close that one eye and you're only looking at that scope, that little bitty section of the world is the only thing you can see. If somebody tries to sneak up on you or something else is going on, you can't see it. And you have to train yourself to be able to look. It's weird because I'm going to give you another science experiment to try. You can do this with your kids. It'll mess with them. You know the little tube that's in the it's a good one. It's not a bad one.
No,
You know
no,
the tube. You know the tube that's in like paper towel holders.
yeah.
Take one of those empty tubes and have them put it up to one eye with both eyes open, and then put their hand up next to it. It'll look like a hole's in the middle of their hand.
Okay.
They won't see their hand; they'll just see a hole. That's
Yeah, I have a
because
lot of those too.
yeah.
So
Well,
I'm
the
gonna have
reason
them
why is because most people are what they call, if you're right-handed, you're going to be right eye dominant. And how you can do that, how you can tell which eye dominant you are, if you hold your, are you right-handed?
I am, yeah.
Hold your right hand out with your index finger pointing at something, and close your left eye, and I guarantee you'll still be pointing at it. But if you close your left eye, it'll
I'm
shift.
like,
It'll shift. Just no, hold your hand out with your finger pointed. No, right out in front of you. No, out in front of you, like you're
like
pointing
this?
at something. Yeah, extend your hand and just look. Extend your hand and just point at something, and close your left eye, and you'll be pointed still
Oh,
at what
yeah.
you. Now close your right eye and open your left eye.
Yeah. You can see the difference.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, if you're what they call, what they call,
That's crazy.
I can shoot with either my left or my right. So I'm not right eye dominant. I'm it's got a name and I can't think of the damn name of it. I'm ambidextrous.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can
You
write.
can use
I
both.
can do everything with both hands. I don't have a right eye or left eye dominant. So when I close one eye, it messes with me. I don't have any depth perception. So I have to shoot and look at it, do everything with two eyes open. But if you learn to shoot a scope with one eye open, with both eyes open, it doesn't strain your eye. Because think about it. You're sitting there with that one eye closed. You're used to having both of them open. After a while, your eye starts watering and everything because you're straining that one eye to do what usually both your eyes are doing. So if you're sitting there, because you may, like me, I've been behind a scope, looking through a scope for like 3 hours straight before.
Wow.
Well, you have to if you're watching for a target and you already have the targets. It's an opportunity thing. So the longer you can stay behind that scope, the more chances you're going to get. But like I said, that's just me. But like I said, I teach people to shoot with both eyes open because you can see the whole world instead of just one little pass.
Yeah,
I didn't change y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta apologize. I just realized I got on here and changed y'all's whole show again. I apologize.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's like I said, it's good information. So,
Well, hey, now your sister's got to. Candy's got to go join the camera project. That way she can stay up all night and watch the cameras to see if she gets something else.
She would too.
Yeah. Do you have a link or something, or just send me the information, Gloria?
Yeah, I'll send you the link so you can.
Well, I got a question. Do you want to do it for a month, 2 months, or I got 4 positions open for a year left?
Wow, I don't know. I need to investigate how does it work or what.
All right. It costs $20. It's $20 a month, $35 for every 2 months, or $150 for a whole year.
Wow.
So you can, and I'll show you I'll send you the information so you can look at it.
Do it however you want. Like I said, and tomorrow night you'll get to see me out there playing around.Maybe I won't get 8, but hopefully.
That sounds awesome. Well, we're gonna call it then. We're gonna end the chat
because I get
here.
in about 30 minutes, I'm gonna go live over on my channel. And y'all all, Miss Candy, y'all all welcome. Girls, y'all know y'all are always welcome.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So if anybody wants to go to Vault's channel, the Vault of Nightmares, he's gonna be live here pretty soon. So, but yeah, just letting you guys know.
On YouTube, Vault
it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, Candy, and we need to have you back on so you can talk, share some of your stories again.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
of course. Just let me know. Of course.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as my baby just ate, because then she gets fussy in the background.
Yeah, that's okay. She can cry. She can cry. We can have a crying
Ay,
show.
Rama.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody that came in and all the chats and everything. And hopefully next week we'll get to see you guys here again. Okay. All right.
Thank
Bye,
you, everyone.
everybody. Thank you, Candy.
Bye.